Welcome or welcome back to Cooking with Frenchie. Cooking and baking made easy. Today I'm going to show you a recipe that's quite of the moment. We are soon going to celebrate Easter for a lot of people around the world. So I'm going to show you how to make the best hot cross bun. Beautiful little fruit buns for Easter as a part of the celebration, but you can have them all year round. Big difference between the fruit buns and the hot cross bun. It's really just the crossover. So it's a recipe you can adapt for yourself. I'm gonna put it under the description under the video, the full recipe in 3 different languages. As well, you will see how you can change from putting fruit together to also put the chocolate. So don't forget to subscribe, love it and like it, and I'll see you just after that. This is the list of ingredients you're gonna need for this recipe. We got marinated currant and sultanas, a bit of mixed spice, cinnamon, salt, sugar, yeast, and of course baking flour. You're gonna need some milk, eggs and butter. First thing first, really mix your salt and flour together at a low speed, then add your sugar, add your spices to the flour. When it's done, you can add your eggs and your milk. You are going to work this dough for about 5 minutes till all comes together. Very important, at a low speed, just like so. Once you see the dough is getting together, you're gonna mix at a higher speed, 6 or 8, for at least 8 to 10 minutes, or what we call with a bit of a dough development. It should unstick from the bowl. Then you can add your cold butter, unsalted butter, little square. You add them at low speed. This is really the base of a brioche. This is more of a brioche that it's spiced up, a little bit of flavor through it. The cinnamon, the mixed spices will give you all that hot cross bun taste and flavor. Check your dough and check the dough development. It shouldn't stick from the bowl, and you should have what we call a window check. You should check for the gluten of strength. It should look like you can stretch it, thin and no spider web. So that's pretty good. Still tearing a little bit, but we're nearly there. So when we are there, what we do, we add our fruits, mixed pills, fruit, and we're also gonna add the drained currant and sultanas. So this is my little tip for you, is to give a little bit of a brandy for about 20 minutes and drain them and add them to the dough. The recipe I'm going to put down the section show more under the video. Click on it, you will see there is also be 2 tips if you want to use sourdough starter into this recipe. You can add 60 grams of your sourdough mother, but also if you want to change the flavor of this dough, you can make it with cocoa powder and chocolate chopped chips, which will make it chocolate hot cross bun. So mix it well, do another window check, stretch the dough, see if there is no big spider web. It looks like it's stretching quite well, it's thin. That will help you to have a smooth dough, very silky, nice buns, silky buns, something you just want to eat, just like this. We're going to shape the dough as a little ball first, and we are going to put it back in the bowl, cover it with Glad wrap, leave it on the bench, and prove it outside on the bench for about an hour or 2 hours, depending on how cold is your environment or how warm it is. Just what we want to see is dough doubling in volume and in size. If you want your dough to have a stronger flavor, you can do this over 12 hours and put them in the fridge, and that will give a better fermentation flavor, better complexity in terms of flavor within your dough. Especially if you work with a sourdough starter, it'd be best to do so. This is the phase when we are going to knock out the air of the dough, and we are going to divide it in about 80-gram balls. So use a scale. If you want smaller buns, depends if you like big buns or small buns, or it depends on how do you like your hot cross buns. You can make them 50 gram, but I think 70 to 80 gram is beautiful size. As you can notice, there's not much flour on my bench, and I don't want too much. I want the dough to stick a little bit where I'm going to try to shape it as a round ball. So we're going to shape this little hot cross buns, and using the palm of your hand and your finger, we're going to apply pressure and roll it at the same time. Do not add any flour on the bench. You want this to be a little sticky. What we want is a smooth top of the buns, and then you can place them on the tray. Try with a strong hand first. And if you're good at it and you shape those balls very well, you can use two hands. It goes a little faster. The recipe I'm giving you can produce about 8 to 9 buns. The one you see right now is the one I doubled the recipe. If you double the recipe, be aware your KitchenAid might not be able to process the entire volume. So just do the recipe that I'm giving you. Start with this one. If you don't have a bowl mixer, you can always do it by hand. It's just gonna take you a longer time to get a better result. Once they're done, place them on the tray and give them about 3 centimeter space between all the buns. Very important to give them enough space to raise. So now we're going to do a second proof. So I'm going to use a piece of plastic glad wrap, and I'm going to spray it with vegetable oil to make sure it doesn't stick to the buns. And depending on your environment, if it's warm or not, it can take 2 to 3 hours or even 4 hours. And now you can see the buns are touching each other. That's exactly what we want. They double in size. So we are ready to prepare our cross mix. Here we got flour, cornflour, butter, and a little bit of water, a bit of sugar. And we want to make sure the butter is soft but not melted, and all we do is we work it with a spatula to work it as a paste. There you go, nice and smooth. Put that into a piping bag, and boom, just cut a small little opening to the piping bag and you create your crosses. While this is happening, you can preheat your oven at 200 degrees on fan forced, 180, 200 degrees, up to you, and it should be baked between 15 and 20 minutes. Whilst they're baking, you can always prepare sugar glaze. I give you the recipe as well under this video, under the show more section. How exciting are they? There they are. You let them rest for about 15-20 minutes and then you can nicely glaze them. They should be still warm when you glaze the buns. Glaze is there to give you another level of sweetness and a little bit of shine. Bit of makeup. How exciting does that look? I just want to bite into one. They're just lovely. They are so good. It's such a great recipe. I'm sure you will enjoy it. I can keep them in a airtight container for up to a week, but generally they get eaten before that. So I hope you really enjoy it and see you next time. Happy Easter! Hey, welcome back everyone. How was that recipe? It's a little bit like a brioche bun, so please really try it. You will love it. Don't forget to marinate your sultanas. That gives extra flavors and more moisture within the dough. So you should really enjoy this recipe. Try it, make it, eat it, love it, share it. Don't forget to toast your hot cross bun. A bit of butter, definitely the key with it. Please leave a comment, share it to your friend, let me know what you think, and see you next time for another recipe at Cooking with Frenchy. Happy Easter, bye!